Hello and welcome back to Invitation to Puzzles, everyone, where we have a puzzle that is not a killer cage puzzle, as you might guess by the suspicion that this cage probably does not sum to 2,226. Rather, this is, in fact, a look and say puzzle with Kropki. So the look and say thing says that you're supposed to read this out loud as 1, 7, and 1, 9 go in this cage. So of these three digits, one is a 7 and one is a 9. Of these 5 digits, one is a 1, one is a 2, 2 are 7s, and 1 is a 9, is what that is saying, and so forth. That is how you should read each of these cages. Okay, so in particular, if you see this and instantly want to pencil mark it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because you think they add to 15, they don't. All that you know from this cage is that there is a 5 in it somewhere, which is not a lot of information. In fact, this cage is even worse. All you know about it is that somewhere in it there's a 6. Sorry, I should say more than that. You know more about this cage, not just that somewhere in it there's a 6. There's exactly one 6 in it. I'm not allowed to put a second 6. Aside from that, we also have our little black dots, our little white dots. The black dots give cells which have a ratio of 2 to 1, meaning one cell is double the other. And the white dots give cells that are consecutive. All right, I will turn on row column labels because for some reason I have them off. And I will get to this puzzle. There's a link in the description if you want to try it. Thanks for... let's go ahead and get started. I don't, who knows what I was saying. Okay, so this cage has 1 5 in it, and the 5 can't go on a black dot. That's because you'd need to go to 10 or 2.5, neither of which sounds great. So this had better be a 5. And also, that tells me I'm basically done with this cage now. I can't get any more information out of it. Okay. There's a little bit more I can sort of wrangle out of this, because this cage has 2 8s in it. Well, one of them had better go there, because if not, I'm putting 2 8s in the same row, column, and box, which sounds bad. I guess not column, but row and box. Still bad enough. So these are the 8s, and that's the 9. And I could do the same thing with this cage. These are the 2s, and that's the 1. Which actually now makes that a 3 and a 6. And that a 4 by continuing to chase my dreams over here. So that's a 7. And these 2 digits here contain a 1 and a 9 is what these are. Okay, which now makes it interesting that I need to fit 2 3s in this cage because I can't make either of these 3 anymore. So 2 of these 3 cells are 3s. That one had better not be a 3, or, spoiler, neither of the other 2 is a 3. So in fact, actually, these 2 have to be 3s, and that's forced, which makes that a 4. Okay, this black dot now, actually, I can do a lot of damage with, for the reason that it doesn't have a 3 on it, so it's not 3 6, and it doesn't have a 4 on it, so it's neither 4 8 nor 2 4. Only one option is left, which is that this is exactly 1 2. By the way, I should have filled in this black dot here. That 2 goes with a 4. But in particular, none of these are 2, and so we can repeat this sort of structure, actually, that I need to have 2 2s in this sort of oblong cage, and none of these cells are 2. So the 2 cells that again better be here and here, because if I make this a 2, well, I've already made myself a huge mess. Okay, and so now we can come across here. 1 2 3 4. These are 5 6 and 7. Okay, let's see. This cage I see has 1 1 and 1 4. Well, these aren't 1 or 4. So the 1 1 and the 1 4 are actually there. Let's see. This is 2 or 8. It sure is. Apparently it's not 2 by the row, by what I just said. And this cage also has 1 5 and 1 7 in it. So these are a 5 7 pair. So 9 and a 1. This is a 6 or an 8 by virtue of being next to 5 or 7 and not being a 4. This cage has a 3 and a 5 in it, so it's just a way of saying this is a 3-5 pair, and we actually know the order. That digit's just a 9 by the row, I think. Yep. And these digits look to me like they're a 6 and a 7. Sounds good. So that's a 6, that's a 7, that's a 5. Which has made that an 8, which I can chase over down here. Now, these are a 6 and a 9. Which, funnily enough, actually tells me this digit's not a 6. Oh, no, sorry. There's 2 6s in this cage. Somehow I before read there's 1 6. There's 2 6s in this cage. So actually, I could have written in that this was a 6 a long time ago. Because I needed 2 6s and only one of them could come from here. But anyway, that's a 6. Sorry, I almost screwed that up very badly. Okay, we should now probably contemplate the nature and purpose of this cage. So I'm going to contemplate the nature and purpose of this cage first because it's faster. This cage has 1 5 in it, and that's a 5. So therefore, that needs to be the 5 that is in that cage. This cage, though, has 2 7s in it. If you read this, 1 1 1 2, 2 7s and 1 9. So this needs to be one of the 7s, which makes that a 6 because it can't be an 8. That's the other 7. And in addition to that, there's also 1 1 1 2 and 1 9. So these are 1 2 and 9. Of which that one can only be a 9, so I don't even have to make a joke about not being able to put an 18 on a black dot, but apparently I will anyway. And beautifully, this 1 2 pair here tells me that that cell needs to be a 4, because I couldn't make this also a 1 2 pair. That would be too many 1 2 pairs. Okay, and so in the column, what's left is a 4 and a 9. So this could be a 3 or an 8 is the vibe that I'm getting. This cage needs both a 7 and a 9, and from this cell, it can't get either of them there. So therefore, these are a 7-9 pair, and we know the order. And so I know that's not a 9, so that's a 3. I could have actually just used this cage even from the get-go to say that wasn't a 9, but hey, it all worked out. These are a 1, a 2, and an 8, so that's the 8. These are the 1, 2. That's an 8 just by Sudoku. This had better be a 3 by virtue of its white dotting with the 2. I'm pretty sure I never used this white dot, actually, funnily enough. But maybe I did. It's possible. Okay, so these digits left in this row. Okay, sorry. Let me do this the easier way. This cage has 1 2 in it. Somehow in my head I was going over sums to 12, despite how many times I've said it's not that. There's 1 2 in this cage, and it's here by virtue of that 2 and that 2. And so now that's a 3 owing to that 1. So these are a pair. One of which is a 6, it looks like, and one of which is an 8. So that's our 1 6 for the 1 6 cage. So that's going to push a 6 up here into my 1 5 cage, which is not a 15 cage, despite my best efforts to sabotage the puzzle by claiming that it is. That's a 3 by Sudoku. What's missing in this box? 5, 7, and 9. Okay, so that's the 5, and these are a 7, 9 pair. We actually know the order. Okay, we might as well write in these triples. So 1, 6, 7. And these are 2, 4, and 5. I probably should have written in this pair first, if I'm honest, because it's got a 1 in it, so that one is there. And a 4. And now we can write in this triple and be very close to done. Okay, so these are 5, 6, and 8. Let's see. That's not a 6, not a 5, and not an 8. Perfect. By which I mean that was kind of not as helpful as one had fantasized about. Okay, what about these? We've got 1, 2. We need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, sorry. I was silly. I wrote this in and I didn't even notice it. This isn't a 6 because of my 1/6 cage, of course. This is a 7 and a 6 because there's already 1/6 in the 1/6 cage. What more could I want than that? Okay, so this is now a triple, and that's probably going to do it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's a 1, a 7, and a 9. Let's see. These are 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. That one is uniquely a 4 out of those. So there's my 5 and my 4, my 3 and my 2. This is a 5 or 8. This is a 6 or 8. And this is a 5 or 6. What? Oh. I forgot there was a clue left. Because you see, I need to make sure there's a 5 in my 1/5 cage. That's very cute. So this isn't the 5. That's the 8 and the 5, the 6 and the 6 and the 8 and the 6. And we'll put in the 1/5 for the 1/5 cage last. There we go. Lovely introduction to Look and Say cages there. I hope you all enjoyed that. Let me know if you're a Look and Say cage fan in the comments. They're another of those divisive mechanics. But I was definitely a fan of this puzzle, and I'll see you next time on Invitation to Puzzles. Bye for now.